Welcome, brave souls, to a spine-chilling journey into the eerie world of the most haunted castles. From centuries-old fortresses steeped in history to tales of ghostly apparitions that still roam their halls, these castles are not for the faint-hearted. Join me as we explore the dark secrets and paranormal phenomena that lurk within the walls of the world's most haunted castles. Prepare yourself for a bone-chilling adventure filled with tales of restless spirits, tragic legends, and inexplicable phenomena. Are you ready to uncover the mysteries of the supernatural realm? Then follow me as we step into the shadows and embark on a journey through the most haunted castles in the world. Burg Eltz, Germany. Burg Eltz dates back to 1157, and the list of myths surrounding the castle is nearly as long. Of the few rooms in the castle open to tourists, and supposedly one of the most haunted, is the bedroom of the Countess Agnes. Her bed, breastplate, and battle axe remain in the room, and legend has it that she died defending the castle from an undesirable suitor. No wonder she still haunts the German castle, found between the towns of Koblenz and Trier, today. Dragsholm Castle, Denmark. Psychics and witnesses say 3 ghosts reside in Dragsholm Castle, found in Huru, Denmark, 50 miles from Copenhagen. The 3 supernatural specters are a grey lady, a white lady, and most famously, James Hepburn, 4th Earl of Bothwell, a Scottish nobleman who was the 3rd and final husband of Mary, Queen of Scots. After Dragham's initial construction in 1215 as a palace, and its subsequent modification into a fortified castle in the Middle Ages, Dragsholm served as a prison for the nobility and ecclesiastical prisoners during the Reformation, the transition from Catholicism to Lutheranism, from 1536 to 1664. At one point, Lord Bothwell was locked up in one of its cells and chained to a pillar. It still stands today. Now, his spirit is said to ride through the courtyard with a full horse and carriage. For tourists hoping to catch a glimpse of the late Lord, Dragsholm Castle welcomes visitors and is both a restaurant and hotel on site. Himeji Castle, Japan. Himeji Castle dates to 1333 and is regarded as one of the greatest remaining examples of Japanese castle architecture. It also has some rather eerie folklore associated with it. The most popular tale tells the story of Okiku, a mythical character from ancient legends who was falsely accused of losing valuable dishes. She was killed and thrown into the well in the castle. Her ghost now haunts the castle at night, counting dishes in a mournful tone. She reaches 9 before shrieking and returning to the well. Voergaard Castle, Denmark. In the northeastern Danish town of Dronninglund, Voergaard Castle displays works by Raphael, Goya, and El Greco to the public. But the stately building is as renowned for its dark past. The most famous myth tells the story of Ingeborg Skeel, who acquired the castle in 1578 and drowned its architect in the moat so that he could never design another building as beautiful as Voergaard. People today report seeing Skeel's tormented ghost wandering through the castle at night, dressed in white. Even if you don't believe ghost stories, you might still get goosebumps passing by Rosedanten, Voergaard's most infamous dungeon. The room was designed so that an adult man could neither stand up straight nor lie stretched out, and there are no holes for light or air to enter. Castle Fraser, Scotland. Built between 1575 and 1636 in East Scotland, Castle Fraser is famous for its elaborate architecture, beautiful farmland, and gardens, and a somewhat horrifying myth. According to legend, a young princess once staying at the castle was brutally murdered in her sleep. Her body was dragged down the stone stairs, leaving a trail of blood behind. As hard as they tried, the occupants could not scrub the blood stains from the stairs, so they decided to cover the staircase in wood paneling, which remains to this day. Some say the ghost of the princess still roams the halls of the castle at night. Chillingham Castle, England. Regarded as Britain's most haunted castle, the aptly named Chillingham Castle has a horrific history of prisoner-ridden dungeons and well-used torture chambers. Its roll call of resident spooks include the whimpering blue boy, the pantry's frail white lady, and the perpetually lonesome Lady Mary Berkeley. Sign up for a castle-run ghost tour, or spend the night in a self-catering apartment, if you dare. Larnach Castle, New Zealand. Larnach was built between 1871 and 1887 to serve as the residence of William Larnach, a prominent local politician in New Zealand. Most notable is a 3,000 square foot ballroom, which Larnach had built as a 21st birthday present for his favorite daughter Kate, who later died of typhoid at age 26, and is said to still haunt the ballroom. The building has been visited by paranormal investigators and featured on Ghost Hunters International. Musham Castle, Austria. During the Salzburg witch trials between 1675 and 1690, Musham played host to many of the executions, imprisonments, and torturing of hundreds of men and women accused of being witches. Later, in the 1800s, so many deer and cattle within the castle's proximity were found dead that residents were tried and killed for being werewolves. Today, staff and visitors have reported banging sounds, footprints, seeing white mists, and feeling someone breathe on them. Castle of Good Hope, South Africa. One of the oldest and largest of South Africa's remaining colonial buildings. Cape Town's Castle of Good Hope once sported a windowless dungeon where convicts drowned while chained to its walls. They are said to haunt the place today. Bhangarh Fort, India. Deep in the state of Rajasthan at the foot of the Aravalli mountain range, lies an abandoned 17th century ruined fort city. As per the legends, Bhangarh Fort has been cursed by a hermit named Guru Balunath. The spot where the fort has been built once served as the meditation spot of the sage, and when the king pleaded with him that he wanted to build a fort here, the sage agreed on one condition: that the fort's shadow should not touch him. The king persuaded him that the fort's shadow would not touch him at his place, which sadly did not happen, and the curse of the hermit followed, which led to the entire village being destroyed. It is believed that the sage who cursed the town to its ultimate devastation is responsible for it. Chateau de Trécesson, France. This medieval castle, built in the 14th and 15th centuries in the Brittany region of France, is tied up with one of French mythology's most legendary groups of women, the Dames Blanches. These white ladies are spirits or supernatural beings that are rumored to float through the regions of Lorraine, Normandy, and the Pyrenees Mountains. In the case of Chateau de Trécesson, they're said to drift through the corridors at night and glide on surrounding bodies of water, clothed in muddy, ruined white dresses and flower crowns. One particularly cursed dame was said to be buried alive by her own brothers on her wedding day in 1750 because she accepted what they considered a dishonorable marriage. As our journey through the most haunted castles in the world comes to an end, we've delved deep into the realms of the supernatural, uncovering chilling tales of ghostly encounters and centuries-old mysteries. But remember, the stories we've heard today are merely whispers from the past, and the truth behind these haunted castles may forever remain a mystery. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, one thing is certain: the allure of these ghostly abodes will continue to captivate and haunt the minds of adventurers and thrill-seekers for generations to come. Until next time, may you tread lightly in the realm of the supernatural, and may your journeys be filled with wonder, curiosity, and a touch of the unknown.